Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about the enzymes which are produced by the plants and the enzymes which are used in different industries. So if we talk about enzyme, this is a proteinaceous molecule which are able to catalyze or initiate or accelerate the thousands of biochemical reactions in a living cell. So we have rightly said that all enzymes are proteins, but all proteins are not enzymes. They process reaction. Sometimes they process reactions which are not otherwise possible under normal conditions found in the cell. India is among the top 12 biotech destinations in the world, and if we talk about the Asian Pacific, there India stands at the third position. India is the largest producer of recombinant hepatitis B vaccine. So, if we will talk about the biopharma, where India in the biopharma company, it is the largest sector which is contributing 62% of total revenue, followed by the bioservices, which is 18%. Then from bioagriculture, it's 15%, bioindustry is 4%, and the bioinformatics is 1%. So nowadays trend has been shifted from fermenters to the biofermenters. That is, in fermenters we are having like the cost is very high, manpower is there, all other factors are there, like contamination is there, we have to take care of pH, oxygen level, everything we have to take care. But if we will be able to produce these enzymes in plants, then all the factors will be automatically upregulated by the plant itself, and in the bulk quantities without investing much of money into these industry we will be able to get bulk quantities. Like, various studies have been demonstrated that the feasibility of the transgenic plant accumulates industrial enzymes. So till now we are having many different enzymes which are produced by the plants. Like, we are having most important is among is them is the alpha amylase, lactase, phytase, cellulose. The first evidence of the heterologous expression of alpha amylase. This amylase gene has been taken from the Bacillus genus and was reported to get expressed in the tobacco plant. This is a common enzyme which is mostly used in the food industry, and it has been observed that this alpha amylase were also expressed in the transgenic rice. This was the first evidence in case of the plants as a bioreactor. The another example is the expression of glucosyl transferases, GTFD. This gene was isolated from the Streptococcus mutans, and this gene was inserted into the transgenic maize, and it has observed that there is the higher accumulation levels of glucans polymers with many application in food industry. So these glucans or polymers are used in food industry where they act as thickening agent. As we all know, the alpha amylase is not only important enzyme in food application, as we have seen that they are also valuable in case of bioethanol production, where we are able to use starch to form the ethanol. There we are using addition of the alpha amylases. So alpha amylase is an important product which is mostly accumulated nowadays. We are able to extract these alpha amylases from the plant source as well. There is the another expression of the amylopurinases which is thermostable in nature. This amylopyrinase has been extracted from the transgenic maize, which leads to the starch autohydrolysis into the simple sugars that can be directly utilized to produce the bioethanol from the maize seeds. as you have studied this in the sixth sem, where we are using for the production of the ethanol, we are using alpha amylases. So this was the research. Nowadays research is carrying out so that many enzymes will be able to get produced in these plant systems. Now if we will see the application or different applications of enzymes, we are getting these enzymes. We can use these enzymes as a drug for digestive disorders. Like if we are having some problem in our digestive system, we can use amylases, proteases, lipases, which are used as a component of drug to cure digestive disorders. Or even you are, since our when we were child, we used to have deworming medicines. These deworming medicines are papain and ficin. These are papain and ficin are proteases, which the papain is taken from the papaya and the ficin is taken from the fig, which are used as a deworming medicine for humans and even some domestic animals as well. These enzymes are not inhibited by secretion of worms and cause digestion of the worms, but they eliminate these worms from our intestines. Like we are having many different enzymes which are used in stop bleeding. The enzyme is thrombin. This thrombin is obtained from the beef plasma and is typically used to stop bleeding during operations and after tooth extraction. The enzyme converts this enzyme, which enzyme? Thrombin converts fibrinogen to fibrin and small peptides, which are insoluble, causing blood to clot. So we are having different enzymes which act as a surface disinfectants. Like the best example is the trypsin. Has trypsin, which is used to clean away the thick pus cells masses which is present on at the infectious site, and the area is cleaned by this enzyme. Then this enzyme also help in heal, and the affected area is treated within an like affected area is getting treated within days of time. The other enzyme which can be used as surface disinfectant are ficin and streptodinase, which are also sometimes used as wound debridement. So for wounds we are using different types of enzymes. Like in case of we as we said right now that the amylases which are having important role in food industry, these amylases are also important in textile industry as well. Like these amylases can be isolated from the bacteria, fungi, pancreas, and are used in textile industry as softening as an agent of starched cloth. When we are having starched clothes, these starched clothes are tough in nature. That time we can allow to get these starched cloth get mixed with the amylases where they act as a softening agent. Like in case another example is case of the leather industry. So in case of leather industry, many proteolytic enzymes, these are isolated from bacteria and fungi. So what they do, these proteolytic enzyme, as they are proteolytic enzyme, it indicates that they will digest the proteins collagen, and they will help the deharing of the skin, and use it in the also use it in the softening or plumping of dehy, 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 dehydrated skin. डिहाइड्रेट में स्किन, जो स्किन है हमारी, जो शीप्स की या कुछ रहते हैं उनसे हेयर निकाला जाता है. So that process is called as baiting. That process is called as baiting. We are having another enzymes, proteolytic enzyme, which are involved in the manufacture of detergents, like alkalis. These alkalis are used in detergent, which help to remove proteinaceous stains from the clothes. And if we are having some proteinaceous stain on our clothes, That time these detergents are helpful in removing those stains. And we are having many, like many these, from these enzymes we will be able to manufacture many organic compounds as well. Like we can be able to convert some products into the acetone, ethanol, lactic acid, and many different metabolites by the process of the fermentation. And for these fermentation we use simply carbohydrate source, which are those substrate which are rich in carbohydrate. By the action of enzyme they are converted into different products like acetone, butanol, lactic acid. As you know, we are having different enzymes which are used for production of lactic acid. This is lactobacillus species. Even we are having many enzymes which are also used in meat and beer processing. So among them is one of the best example is the papain. This papain is taken from the papaya. This papain is proteinaceous in nature. And the another enzyme which is taken from the pineapple is bromelain, which are used to tenderize meat by hydrolyzing peptide bond. It's also used to stabilize chill-proof beer. So for beer processing as well as for the meat processing, we can use papain and bromelain enzymes. So papain is taken from the papaya and the bromelain is taken from the pineapple. Like we are having in juice or in the wine processing as well, we are having many pectinases which are added in a cane fruit juice and in wines. So when these proteinases are added to fruit juice or the wine, what they do, they hydrolyze the pectin, making the juice or wine more clear. So we are having invertase enzyme which are used in chocolate and candies. So these invertase are used in the manufacturing of the chocolate covered berries and other such candies. And when we can use these enzymes in many soft drink industries. Like we are best the example is the glucose isomerase, which is used for the production of fructose and high fructose syrup simply from hydrolysis of the maize starch. So what we are doing, we are using maize where we are adding the glucoisomerase enzyme which are giving us the fructose or high fructose syrup content. And this can be used, this high fructose syrups are used for the soft drink industry. Like in case of another example is in case of ice cream industry, lactase is used for the preparation of the lactose crystals in the ice cream. We are, as we know, we are having many different enzymes which are used in the research purposes. So these are tag polymerases which is taken from the thermus aquaticus. So before going to the start of these enzymes, first we have to see the isolation of the enzyme, from which organisms we will be able to isolate the organism. Then we have to go for the purification of the enzyme. So we have to go for the downstreaming of this enzyme. Then at a pure stage or purified form of these enzymes are utilized. So overall the cost effective will be very high. But when these enzymes are produced in the biofermenter, like in case of plants, these enzymes will reduce our cost effective. So research is going on how we will be able to get more number of enzymes from the plants.